Oh, how the mighty blood of Albion has curdled into spoiled milk. Attend me, ye bloated inheritors of an empire you have neither the strength to defend nor the gratitude to revere. Once, in the age of sword and plough, Britain's sons and daughters knew the price of life. Toil, sweat, submission to the land. Serfs bent their backs in perpetuity, not for luxuries, but for survival. They toiled not under protest, but under duty, understanding that the earth fed no one who refused to labor for it. Freedom, such as it was, could only be tasted after one had paid the endless tithe of blood and bread. Then came the rolling seas. When Britannia ruled the waves, she did not ask her sons to volunteer, she seized them. In the brutal ritual of naval impressment, men were dragged from hearth and alehouse alike, to sail into cannon fire and watery graves. They gave their lives, not for gold, not for glory, but because the crown demanded it. No whining. No soap operas. No safe spaces aboard those decks, only duty and death. Yet behold the shining exception, women like the immortal Florence Nightingale, who, uncoerced, marched into the pestilential maw of war to succor the dying. No hand pressed her, no law compelled her. She answered a higher call, duty without demand. She became the lady with the lamp not because she was forced, but because she chose to illuminate the darkness. Next, the Victorian workhouses, where Britain dared to confront poverty with neither sentimentality nor cruelty. A place where succor was offered, but only in exchange for labor, humility, and reform. The workhouses salvaged dignity by requiring the indolent to awaken to their own salvation. None starved, but none lazed, either. It was welfare, yes, but welfare paid for in the currency of character. Then, calamity came in steel and flame. Industrialization forged the great world wars so monstrous that men by the millions were conscribed, forcibly, into the deadliest drone congregation areas in human history, the trenches, the battlefields, the charnel pits of empire. And yet, behold, women, once more, though never ordered by bayonet or summons, stepped forward into factories, into hospitals, into every breach the empire opened, offering sacrifice freely where men gave sacrifice under orders. And so, battered but breathing, the empire forged its most luminous promise, the right to good health. The NHS rose from the ashes of sacrifice as a covenant with the people, not a sop, not a luxury, but a duty-bound right. Health care for all, but responsibility as its twin. But now, what rot do we see? The NHS has become a banquet for parasites. Responsibility cast aside. The people enslave themselves to a nurturing system that demands nothing. Scofflaws, women, idle and fattened on the taxpayer's teat, are imprisoned for dodging the television license while their properly licensed neighbors gorge themselves on crisps and soaps, cackling in slothful abandon. A nation that once forged warriors and healers now breeds only drones addicted to handouts and entertainment. How dare you stand here, you corpulent daughters of indifference, claiming your rights with mouths too lazy to speak gratitude and legs too weak to climb a flight of stairs? What would the serfs say, who ploughed without pause? What would the pressed sailors say, who died for your dominion of seas? What would Florence Nightingale say, who washed the blood of patriots with her own tender hands? What would the millions of men who never returned from the trenches scream, if they could see the slovenly heirs they died for? You are summoned to Britfit not for punishment, but for redemption. A chance to offer sweat where you once offered only excuses. A chance to earn the blessings your betters bought with their blood and sacrifice. And if you cannot rise to this, if even gamified, simulated manual labor proves too daunting, then you are not Britons. You are cattle, fit only for slaughter.